and we will get started.
Cool. Does that look good for you?
That looks good here.
Okay, perfect.
All right, we will get going. Allie Clifton, please.
Hey, Alex, thanks for taking the time. Obviously, as you guys know, just game one. Frank touching on moments ago, though, just you guys not being able to really find a rhythm. How would you assess both ends for you guys?
Yeah, it's tough not having a lot of time to prepare. Them going to Game 7, us coming off a week delay. You don't like to use that excuse, and I'm not trying to. But obviously, you saw that we were just a little off rhythm, right? Rotations on defense, offensive movement, just a little lethargic at times, and I think that had to do a little bit with us not playing in a while, but also they're switching and small ball lineup kind of tries to do that and frustrate you. So I think it's mainly on us, just getting back to doing what we're doing, following the game plan, and playing with some pace on offense.
Kind of touch on that from the defensive standpoint. When you guys have been great all season long on that end of the floor, would you credit that to energy? Is it more schematic moving forward when it comes to adjustments?
I think it's both. I don't think we played as hard as we could. And I think that's that falls on nobody's shoulders but our own. The 5 guys that are out there and everybody else that's around them. Like I said, them coming off of Game 7, they have that energy and they have that sense of urgency that I think we were lacking a little bit at times tonight. Just coming off that break, and it kind of had the same feel as Portland Game 1. We were kind of in it, but we weren't really ourselves, and then they kind of pulled away late. So hopefully we can repeat history and come out better in Game 2.
One final point. Obviously, I know you want the win, but for you offensively, Houston has had the best defensive efficiency here in the postseason. What were you able to find that worked well offensively that you obviously want to carry moving forward?
I think I just did a good job of finding open space, whether it was them staying attached to LeBron, me getting to the paint, or just being ready to catch and shoot. Watching them play, they kind of dare people to shoot at times. So, I've been getting the same amount of shots, doing the same reps as I have since I've been here. It's just finally I think the average is starting to even out.
Brad?
All right. Alex, my question is about Rondo. He hasn't played in the game since March the 10th. How do you think he looked, and did he say much about how he felt during the game?
I thought he looked, about his normal self. Maybe he missed a layup or a shot that he normally makes, and maybe that's a little timing and just getting used to playing in the game again. But Rondo's a guy that's mentally locked in whenever he steps on the court. So I thought he looked pretty good, conditioning-wise. He had good hands, good communication. He was pretty much his normal self, maybe outside of a finish or two.
Thank you.
Hey, Alex, obviously there's a big difference between the Lillard-McCollum backcourt and what you guys see with Russ and Harden. Can you kind of describe the difference in what you have to do mechanically against those guys, and then the challenge for you to switch gears in that way?
Yeah, I think Dame tries to beat you over the top a little more, and James kind of accepts the drive and does a good job of getting in there. And we have to do a better job of not fouling him. That was something that we stressed, and then here we are. He shoots 11 free throws in the first half. Not sure how many he ended up over the game, but we can't foul him. He's already a good enough player. If you give him rhythm at the line, he's gonna hurt you, and he did tonight. So. It's tough adjusting from one matchup to the next, but you're in the playoffs, and every team's going to have a good backcourt. Nobody left doesn't have a lead guard or 2 lead guards that can't play. So I think we just got to take the challenge on a little more and play smarter.
All right, if you guys have anything on site.
Yeah, Kyle Goon, please.
Hey, AC. Obviously, you guys had a lot of time to prepare for James, but what's the hardest thing? The difference between trying to scout him and prepare on the practice court and then kind of facing the real game? What's the biggest difference?
One of the challenges for us was we didn't really know who we were going to play. So we were kind of doing both. We were kind of 1 foot in the door against them and then 1 foot in the door against OKC. But you know, he's led the NBA in scoring for however many years. Been an MVP of the league for a reason. You know, he can put the ball in the basket with the best of them, and then his ability to create space and shoot over the top, and then also get to the paint and draw fouls and/or find a shooter on the backside. You know, that's what makes Houston so good, is they have a bunch of guys that can break you down one-on-one and then find open shooters. So, you know, there is no right answer. There is no formula, one thing to stop him. Just like there wasn't anything for Dame and CJ. You know, there's got to be a collective group effort to try and contain him as much as we can. He's going to score. You know, we're not going to hold him without a bucket, or probably even hold him to single digits. He's just that good of a player. But, you know, I think we got to do a better job of making it tough on him and not fouling him, getting to the free throw line.
One last question, Kyle.
You said, you know, you didn't think you guys played as hard as you could have tonight. I was wondering, is there some specific area or margin, or maybe on the stat sheet that you point to that you say we can do better in X area?
You know, not really in the effort category. Just as far as, you know, we were a step slow. We were late to our rotations. We maybe didn't cut as hard as we should have, or cut at the right time. Just the timing of playing in a playoff game. You know, we missed that for 6 days, and they had the advantage of playing. I mean, they might have been a little more fatigued coming off of a 7-game series, but they had the rhythm of playing in multiple games. So I don't think anything on the stat sheet that wise. I think maybe, you know, cut down on turnovers and don't foul as much. You know, just simple basketball stuff. You don't foul and you don't turn the ball over, you have a better chance to win.
All right, thanks, Alex.
Thanks, guys.
Next up, Danny Green.